Hey y'all, Frances here with a different kind of video today. I saw the videos from Louisa Heinzel and Barbara with 49 Dragonflies about their Defemember challenge, prompt, whatever you want to call it. So I thought that maybe I would give that a shot. I have plenty of things to work with, but the challenge for me was narrowing down what to do. So kind of how I attacked this list was just kind of jotting down ideas next to each of the things just to kind of give me a place to start. So for today, day number 1, the prompts are fluff and mason jar. So I've got my mason jar stamp here, but I need a background before I get started with the stamp. So I've got some watercolor paper here. I've got some Lindy sprays. I've got Little Birdie Color Splash. I've got my magical powders here, and I'm not exactly sure what I'll end up using, but I'm going to, it'll make a little more sense what I'm going for when I get started. But I'm kind of looking for a summerish, fallish, sunset colored background. So that's what we're going to shoot for. Wish me luck. I haven't done a whole lot of crafting videos on my channel just because it feels a little vulnerable for me. So be kind. I'm going to get a clipboard to hold this down so it doesn't start curling too much. And I'll be right back. Yeah, so future Frances here. That plan didn't work out even a little bit. It was completely not what I wanted it to be. So we're going to switch it up and try something a little different. Instead of using sprays and everything that I had originally intended, I am using this Color Shift paint by Fulgart. We're going to see how that works, because, yeah, no good. Let me get set up and I'll be right back. Just going to do a voiceover for this part. Not a whole lot needs to be said other than I just dumped out a lot of paint there. I wanted to start with the yellow just to help kind of accent everything I'm doing in the background. My previous background that I bailed on was far too dark and you couldn't see any of the elements that I was adding without kind of tilting it, which isn't the point of this. So I wanted to use yellow kind of in the background to accent everything that I'm doing. I was also kind of hoping with the sponge it would help. Maybe make the paint look a little fluffier, give it a little texture. My dog is huffing in the background, if you can hear that. She's not very happy. I have to take her on a walk after this because she's just too sad. Adding a little bit more purple in because I realized that the clouds were looking kind of green, and if the clouds look green in Kansas, you know it's time to tuck tail and run. So I needed to make sure that they looked a little more purple, grayish than green. Can't really see what I'm doing at the bottom, but I am dabbing on the green for the grass, kind of ground it a little bit. I went ahead and got a second sheet of watercolor paper and just kind of smeared around some yellow and green paint just so that I would be able to stamp my little elements onto something else so that they would pop from the background a little bit more when I put them on. I'm about to learn something fun here in a minute. I wanted to emboss these because I really wanted to add a little bit more texture than what I currently had going on. And I thought that I had a black embossing stamp pad, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I did have some embossing markers, but that's a lot of detail to have to go around with a marker, and I was really afraid it was going to dry, so I was going to do it bit by bit. So I'm drizzling on some of the embossing powders, and in the meantime, I'm finding that it's sticking to the original black stamp that I used to put the image on the paper. So I just go full force here, dump it all over the page, just to see if it will actually work. Cleaning up the rest of my mess here, sorry. Getting my heat gun out. I don't know how much you can see, but it does end up working. Maybe everybody else except me knew that, but look at that. I was so happy. I did not want to have to outline everything with those pens because the pens were also drying up. So I didn't even know how far I would make it without it getting all smeary. But this worked unbeknownst to me, and I couldn't be happier right now with this. Here's the final product. And here's original Frances. Okay, real-time Frances back again. I have got these cut out, and I think the next step I need to work on is the fluff. I have this, I guess maybe it's eyelash trim. I'm not entirely sure. I got this from a thrift store, and this is how it came. So I'm going to cut some off and see what we can do. It was definitely not the right space to cut off, but this is just a test. My original piece is this. As you can see, it's very like one-dimensional. I thought this would stand out a little more, and it's true, it does stand out, but then that's all you see because everything just kind of falls into the background. So I think that I won't trim this off, but maybe see how it looks if I just kind of roll it up, ball it up. Let's see, how does this look? Not great. Maybe this isn't going to work. Maybe I'm just not going to be able to do this. What if, not giving up yet, I do little bits. It's a little too long. Little bits like this. How does that look? I mean, it should be standing up, not laying down. How does that look? I don't know, you can't see it because my fingers are in the way. Am I going to be able to do that though? I don't know. I'm going to try gluing. This could be a huge mistake. It probably is a huge mistake. I don't know if this is going to work or not. But you don't know until you try, right? So, have my art glitter glue. Just going to lightly smear a little bit on there. But it's not along the whole thing. It's only the tip of the little dandelion fluff stuff. I don't know about this. I've lost my glued spot. It's not sticky anymore. Okay, this isn't gonna work. I mean, that's not gonna work. We're gonna go to plan B. Be right back. All right, plan B, cotton balls. Also not sure if this is going to work, but maybe. Maybe. Okay, let's try. Let's give it a go. Dab some of that on there. It's just a little bitty tuft. How's that look? I think it looks all right. Let me do a couple more. Where'd my pen go? The thing I don't like about this little bottle, it's for like paint dotting. However, this thingy right here drives me nuts. I lost my pen that I attach it to while I'm using it. I would like there to be some kind of separation between the tufts. So it doesn't just look like one big puff. I don't know, that looks all right. Better than plan A was looking. I like that you can kind of see the black through it here too. My dog is over here begging for some pets. Yeah. Everybody's gone today. So she's lonely out in the living room by herself. Do a couple more and see what we think here. Can you hear the crying in the background? It's really hard being a dog, isn't it, girl? I don't know. I kind of like it. I like it way better than the trim that I was going to plan on using. Let me finish this one up and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my cotton ball fluff all done. I actually kind of like that. I kept telling myself it kind of looked like a kindergarten project, but also I need to stop being so mean to myself, because if I like something, it's fine. It's cute. Okay, moving on. I've got too much paper here, so I'm going to end up chopping some of it off, but I need to decide where the jar should go. I kind of like it off to the side. Maybe this one standing up. Maybe over here. And then this one kind of falling to the side. But I'm going to need something else going on too. I've got this stamp down here. I used it on my original piece and I think it looked good. You can kind of see it. I think I'm going to do that again. So, unbury everything. I recently had a disaster in my craft room. A pipe broke and there was water leaking into my craft room from the pipe. And so currently everything around me is stacked up in piles because we're waiting for the guys to come start working on it. Repairing it. It's already dry and everything, but in the meantime, sometime next week I'm going to lose my entire craft room for good Lord knows how long. And so I'm just trying to take these few minutes that I've got left with it to play a little bit. I don't know how far I'll be able to go with these prompts, but I will go for as long as I can. Having that list really helped narrow things down. If you've watched my other videos, you know I like to buy stuff. So I have a lot of things to use, but I never know exactly where to start with them. So this list, what I did when I first saw the list is I just started jotting down all of my ideas with each one so that I could kind of narrow it by that. And I've got a lot of ideas going here, so I think I may have to build on their list in the future. But anyways, kind of waiting for this to dry. I don't think I want that embossed in the background. I think I just want it to kind of lay back there. Okay. So we've got that there. Maybe down just a smidge more. That there. And that there. Okay. So I'm going to get these. How do I want to do this? Maybe glue these to the jar first. and then put that thingy back on the glue. There's my pin. Okay. Sorry, I'm losing it over here. Just going to kind of lightly go around these edges. Need something to get the glue off with. Here we go. Then I'm going to grab my 1, 2, 3 blocks and use them to hold this in place. Maybe I need to go like this. Okay. Move that off to the side. And then one other thing that they are doing with the challenge, they made these little animal cards. They're randomly assigned. We don't know in advance what the animal is going to be. But since it took me so long to do this, I know that the first day is, where's he at? A hedgehog. He's in here somewhere. There's one, but my printer decided to stop printing a color. So I reprinted. I was positive that it was in here again. My dog is back in the background sniffing around if you're hearing something weird. Well, maybe he didn't get printed twice. Hang on, let me go reprint. Okay, I'm back again, and I've got the little hedgehog cut out. These are the cards that they generously let us use for these prompts. Super cute. I'm gonna have to do something with the entire card for one of these, but for this one, I have fussy cut this little guy out. I think by now I can move my blocks. That is nice and secure. And I think that I want him raised a little bit. Does he need to be inked? Maybe he needs to be inked. I don't think I've got my brown in here. No, I don't. Of course I don't have the brown. I do have black. Maybe that might make him go into the background a little bit too much. I don't know, but we're just gonna go light just so he stands out a touch. Then I've got these foam mounting squares. As you can tell, I've used them so much that they're still in the packaging. Let's see, are we gonna need just one or two? Let's do two. I should have printed these on cardstock as opposed to copier paper, but that's okay. only going to do part of him. The other part is actually going to be trimmed off here at the bottom. I've got my paper cutter over here to the side that I'm going to do on my lap. Let me get this trimmed real quick. Famous last words. Okay, I think that'll work. And then I think the last touch that I am going to do to this before I call it a day, I went through my Tim Holtz clippings book and found a couple of things. What were they? The Darkening Violet Sky I thought would go. I had to cut all my fingernails off because one of them just plain snapped off, and now I can't get anything off of anything. Where should we do that? Maybe here? Nope, not there. It would have to go like that, and I don't think I like that. Oh, and I just ripped the thing off. Oh my goodness. You're going to go right there. And then I found another one back here. And I am stuck to my thingies. Oh my goodness. In the evening silence. Gonna put that there. I feel like I need a little bit of something up here. I'm gonna look for just a sec and be right back. I found a couple of more little sayings, Beyond the Purple Skies and Let It Fly Away. I thought that it would be appropriate to add a couple of these little guys. Do one there, maybe one up here, and another there. And then I think I'm also going to add a couple little floofs on the ground. Maybe I should have wadded these up a little bit. So they aren't so big. Don't know if I love that or not. Wondering if I need to put some of the fluff on that, but I didn't on those. I think I'm just gonna leave it. I think I need to call this a day because I'm just going to keep going until I'm not happy with it anymore and let it go. Maybe give a couple of these so they stand out a little bit. It just doesn't want to stay down. I need something else. I know what it is. Let me grab it. Okay, I have this stitch set. I need something around the edges. I think that's what's throwing me. Let's see which one we like. I'm gonna go with this one. Oops. Nope. I'm just gonna leave it at that. All right, guys, this was a painful one, but I got it done and I actually really like it. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I think that is going to do it. Thank you guys for watching if you stuck with me this long. I really enjoyed this despite maybe some of the things that I said, but I will see you in the next prompt, and maybe in that one I'll have myself a little more together. Thanks, guys.